Hi, and welcome to the Melanated Wise Girl AfterShow. I'm your host, Tatyana, aka your digital Melanated Wise Girl. And today's episode, we are sadly ending our journey through the Sea of Monsters because today we're talking about the season 2 finale of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. We sit down with my lovely friend and past guest of the podcast, Kimmy, to discuss all of season 2 and the season 3 trailer. Well, teaser of sorts that we get right after. So I'm very excited to bring that to you guys as well. So with all that, I'll stop yapping and let's get into the conversation of it all. Everybody, welcome back, Kimmy.
Hi.
Kimmy, how has it been for the past 6 weeks?
Blessed experience, to say the least.
Mm.
Percy Jackson season is always my favorite season on God's green earth, and um, with that finale and teaser, sorry, like I can't be more happy. I was talking to my brother because I like to talk to people who aren't such big Percy Jackson people to see how they take the seasons.
Yeah.
Because for me, I mean, I could just stare at Walker and Leah and like a 10 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes 100. But he loved this season so much more. He liked season 1, but he loved this season. He liked the action sequences, he liked the grit. He's like, you can tell we're getting into another, and I feel the exact same way, which is why I'm repeating it, but you could tell we're getting into a new era. And I think that this is the last time they can get away with the episode count and episode length being this short.
No, I agree. It's so funny. I had a friend of mine. We watched the first 2 episodes of the season last weekend, and she was like, "Wait, why is everything like up?" Like I'm and she hasn't read the book, so it was really funny seeing people's reactions to
Yeah.
who haven't read the books throughout this season and everybody being like, "Well, this is the last time you're going to see him smile because after that."
I was saying that in the season 3 preview, if you haven't seen it, we get to see
Yeah,
Percy and Annabeth at Westover Hall slow dancing, and essentially her putting she's leading the dance.
of course.
Um and oh my gosh, wait, what was my point? I actually just blinked as I described.
Forgets
Oh,
everything when you think
no.
of,
Yes.
"Oh, yeah."
No, literally forgot everything. I know my point. I was like, I feared, like, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited." I said, "I fear that's the last happy," like, if you think that, like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get more," that's it. Like, that might be and Percy didn't even smile in that clip, but that's the only time you're gonna see him at somewhat of peace, I promise. Like, in that whole season.
I think it's so funny, like, honestly, let's get into it because I had that last on our list, but I think we need to talk about that first for some reason. I usually watch all the credits. It was 6 a.m. I didn't watch the credits this time. So I'm like, "Oh, wow, it's all good." Like, "Wow, that was a great finale." Log on to twitterx.com. All I see is them slow dancing, and I was like, "Did I miss something in the podcast? Like, did I miss something?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"It was in the credits." And I said, "The one
Mhm.
time."
The one time? No,
I
I
didn't
always
watch
watch
it.
them. 'Cause, even I was watching with my cousins, like, 2 weeks ago or something, and they didn't realize that there was, like, a preview for the next episode at the end of the credits.
Mm,
So I'm like, "No, I always stay." Marvel trained me well.
not only did Marvel train me well, like, like, everybody leaves the theater, and it's, like, the 5 people sitting there, like, "We know what's coming. We know
Yeah.
what's coming." But also just, like, support your local film people and watch the credits because it
Yeah.
could be somebody's first time during the credits for something. Yeah, we open up with this season going into the Titan's Curse, which a lot of people kinda know as Annabeth goes missing.
Yes. She does go.
Um, it's not a good season for everybody. I think I would call it the crash out season, I feel like it gets worse, but this is the
Yeah.
first crash out season.
Yes. Okay, good. 'Cause I was about to say, "Oh, no, the last
No,
little
it gets worse, but I feel like this is like the introduction to the crash out until
Yes,
basically the end of the series.
I agree.
And of course, they tease the only kind of happy part about it. We have Percy and Annabeth standing. They're essentially having to go undercover at this school, military school, and
Mhm.
Annabeth takes the lead and they have a slow dance that to people who may not know the book see it as, these fun vibes. They're like, "Oh, great. We're going to get a confession. There's some."
Mhm.
No, you're not. Actually, it's going to go downhill the minute they start.
No, literally, like, that they might have even cut it off right where the chaos is about to start too. honestly.
Yeah, which it makes me wonder, especially now that we know, like, the end of how the season ends, like, how, you know, Annabeth trying to become a hunter. I do get her. Um, Seeing how everything happens in this past season, as someone who has also avoided, I would also submit the application. Like, I kinda
No,
get it. Her
I
cousin
get
yeah, it's yeah.
it. I do.
You don't? Please
No,
elaborate.
I do get it, but then it's like I just can't imagine being, like, immortal. Like, no
Yeah.
inch of my body wants to be immortal. Like, even when I was a kid, I was like, "No, we all gotta go at some you know what I'm saying? So, I was like, I just can't imagine staying 14 forever, and then fighting for the gods. Because like, low key and I think I've hinted
Yeah.
at this before, like, I might have been on Luke's side. I'm not kidding, like, if it wasn't for like, if I was at camp and I saw someone like Percy, maybe that would make me stay back, but if Percy was not in the picture, oh, I would team Luke all the way, like, because the parents are playing, like, some of them never claim their kids, like, that
That's
gotta stop.
fair. That is
Yeah.
fair. I feel like you do, like, those PowerPoint you think of those PowerPoint nights, they're like, "Everybody put it in their cabin," and I'm like, "I don't know how many of y'all would actually be claimed before the end of this series." Going back to the dance scene, particularly, I thought it was really interesting the song they chose, because that song was already, I think, "Until I Found You," which was already on, like, was it 2022? Every radio station known
Yeah,
to man, and I'm like, "And they're about to get a boost in the streams."
they
Because of
are,
me, actually.
yeah, I'm like the one person that's making it him be, like, number 1 most listened to person in the world. It's insane, I love that I really do love that song, I've seen him perform it
Mm.
live at ACL. It's such a good song, but to use it in that scene, like, the lyricist but it's like, it makes me think of and this is skipping a little bit back,
Yeah.
or rewinding, when Poseidon was talking and, you know, the person in me, I can't not see Percabeth and everything, when he was like, "There's few things greater than, what is it? The gods or fate?" And he was
Yeah.
like, "Love is one of them." Because it was like that. Because Percy was asking, like, "Was I born of love?" or whatever. Basically, he was asking that, and his dad was like, "Yes." That
Mm.
confirmation, but I was like and then and in another instance, this could be Percabeth, right? Because I literally was thinking, I was like, "Yes, Annabeth." er."
Connecting the
Mhm.
dots, as we could see, so Annabeth, bring her in.
Yeah, literally, I saw that connection, so I was thinking of that song and thinking of Poseidon and saying that to Percy, and I was like, "Oh, cinema."
I just think whoever the music department is already great, but whoever's choosing the songs does deserve an Emmy in itself, because that particular song I think is so interesting, because it's
Yeah.
this ongoing debate of, like, because it's modern, but when does Percy Jackson the year takes place? Because they don't say. Right?
Yes.
But I think that song is so timeless. One,
Yeah,
it sounds timeless, so you could still use it even though it's a more recent song. And then on top of that, the lyrics, of course, like it's the theme of what we're about to see throughout the season.
yeah,
So most people being like, "Oh, this is so cute." You're like, "Oh, this is about to go downhill so fast."
yeah.
And I found it funny that like the entire time Percy is just like autopilot, forgets where he is, forgets where he exists. He's kinda just like, "I'm just gonna let Annabeth do whatever she wants. Let her do
I
whatever
think
she
that's his
wants."
favorite place to be. No, like, he knows where home is, you know what I mean? I hear that's his favorite place to be. We see so many iterations of this, but yeah, no, I think that when as much as he likes to, like, fight back a little bit, as long as Annabeth is in charge, he's like, "Hey, whatever she says goes, I can't lie." Like, her being like, "Why would you make that choice?" "Because it's yours." "Oh, yeah."
Yeah, yeah. Like, this whole season, I think season 2 has just proven that, like, anything Annabeth says, he does. He trusts
Yeah,
her 100%.
yeah,
What is it in episode 4? "I known you only for 2 days, and I knew how special you were." Like,
yeah,
yeah. Like, get you somebody that trusts you and wants to support you like Percy does with Annabeth.
yeah. Yeah, he stands 10 toes for her. I do hear Walker a lot when he says, like, he really wants to showcase, Percy's loyalty, And
Mm.
the only, I guess, one-on-one conversations, I guess, to pull it all out, it's usually directed towards Annabeth, but he was like, "It'd be the same with Grover, it would be the same in this instance." I find that really interesting because we've seen him have the conversations with Grover, we've seen that you guys have that connection, but it just comes out differently with Annabeth, it does, like,
Yeah.
there is a difference there between the way that he's talking to Grover and he's talking to Annabeth. I mean, the intention is the same, but it's like, when it comes out, I fear the spirit of Percy Jackson possesses him. He literally doesn't know, like no, like, it's crazy. Let me show you this GIF. And, in season 1 at the very end when, Percy was, like, staring down
Oh,
and
one
it
of the funniest, like, moments of
yeah,
the season 1.
someone, did this for us.
Oh my god.
Is that insane?
What's the season 3 equivalent gonna be, though?
I don't know. When I was on set, it was right after they were done filming Westover, so I saw nothing of Westover, and Leah wasn't there, so I have no idea. But I
Yeah,
do hope that, because I don't know where that slow dance falls. I wanted
that's
to ask, I haven't
true.
read the book in so long, but I know they start off at Westover, but that's because they're trying to get Nico and Bianca.
Yeah.
Do they slow dance too at the beginning? Because I do remember her being like, "Hey, you owe me a dance," or something like that. So does it start off with them dancing and then also end with them dancing?
I
Can't
think
remember.
so I think it's 2. I don't remember exactly, I still have to read the Titan's Curse over. I know it's 2 ones, one at Mount Olympus at the end, and then at the beginning, they start, but they get interrupted
Okay.
by all the chaos of the fights. I
Yeah.
don't think they finish after that. So I think that's just, like, when it
Okay.
happens the first time.
Okay. I think what I forgot was that they slow dance at Olympus and not
Yeah. That's when
right.
he repeats it, yeah.
It's gonna be so good to see Athena be like, "I don't think I like you."
I think one of the favorite moments from the one of my favorite pictures from the season 2 premiere is the pictures that they got with the actress that plays her, and it's like I said, "Oh, method acting," because you see by accident, but it's like you see, like, her with Leah, like and then,
Mhm.
like, her with Walker, like, "Uh,
Yeah.
who is this kid again?"
Literally. No, it's so funny. I literally love it, like, I don't know, it just makes me happy, and I just need to say this again, or not again, I've said it multiple times on my own. Thalia, Tamara Smart's performance as Thalia.
Let's get into it, actually. Let's move into the episode and talk about, like, the biggest thing was it,
Yeah.
Thalia.
So, one thing I didn't like that I now like,
Mm,
was that they knew that the fleece was going to heal the tree enough to bring Thalia back. That is not a thing in the books. They do
yeah.
not know that they're gonna bring Thalia back. When Thalia's there, they're like, "What the?" That's literally how it kinda ends, like, Thalia's back. But this whole season, they're like, "I think it's strong enough to bring her back." I'm like, "So where are we go?" Like, I literally was like, "So what's
Like,
gonna happen?"
what's the connection to it? Yeah.
Right, that's how I'm okay, so the adaptation is being adapted, like, they're adapting it,
Yeah.
in their own adaptation. So, when it was revealed that Zeus turned her into like, she made it. He got the Furies, like, she could've taken Luke and Annabeth out, which what he wanted to do, but
Yeah.
said, "No, you're gonna be my weapon." Like, that's it, it's done. And her saying like that, "Never!" And then, oh, gosh, I love that scene, love that scene.
Yeah. I found it so interesting because I was like, going into episode 8, I was like, I had the same feeling. I said this in I think my last podcast episode of like, I had the same feeling going into season 1, episode 8 that I did with this one of like, I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm gonna let them cook because then they opened the season 1 finale with Luke saying, "I don't want to be a half blood." And I said, "Oh, I'm already seated because this is about to be this masterclass is about to be pretty good." So and then this happened again with I was like, I theorized that Zeus did something. I said, what did Zeus do? To find out that not only she was like actively fine, but against her own will makes
Yeah.
season 3, makes the Titan's curse so much more interesting.
She knows that time has passed, and,
Yeah.
she's like, still thankful for her dad, and it's very much that she is on the gods or on the god side. But she's like, "Yeah, Luke is the bad guy in this situation." But in the show, not only maybe it's because of what I've seen online, because I don't think I've ever actually watched it online or in the show, but Thalia Luke, people ship them.
Yeah.
Um, I think in the book, I always thought Thalia was gay. I don't know. She just kind
I
of gave.
see Thalia as personally, I see Thalia as bisexual with a preference to girls,
Okay.
especially after what takes place in Titan's Curse. But she was
Yes.
with, I think, Luke particularly for longer than she could should have been
Yeah,
for her not
I
to have
agree.
some. Yeah.
So, like, I feel like in the show, the way that people are shipping them is gonna make me look at their relationship differently because I never saw it like that, and I'd have to
Mhm.
see it played out. But now that we know that her and Luke would have been on the same side, like, the way that she was going was how Luke is now, and that she wanted to leave camp. She was turned against her will. I wonder how that is going to that's gonna change half of the plot.
Yeah.
Essentially. So I'm really, really excited to see that. And then her and Percy said kind of the same words where we take care of our own. He said it in his speech before the big fight, and then she said it to Zeus, I believe, right? Or was she saying it? I can't remember.
She said
Per-
it to Annabeth at
Annabelle.
one point. Yeah.
And I'm like, to use that same verbiage, that's so intentional. I love it shows that like Thalia and Percy are like kind of the same, different sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think they are the particularly because everybody was like, it's Percy and Luke. And I'm like, yes, it is in a way, but I think it's also the show was more leaning towards Percy and Thalia because
Mhm.
going into season 3, you see those two sides. And I think we're really going to see. I feel like in the books, Luke challenges Percy way more with like his ideals, which he does in this season, but I think it's going to be Thalia really that pushes
I agree. I
that in this
agree.
next season.
I agree. I didn't really remember Luke being that violent towards Prince specifically in the books. I'm watching it, me and my brother watching like, "Oh, oh," like he's trying to kill the boy, like he's like, like you know what I mean? Like, oh
Yeah, the
wow,
Luke going into, like, the Luke arriving via, like, ride share to Camp Half-Blood, I thought was really funny. Um, they got, like, a fleet. I was like, "How did they
literally
make that order?"
like artillery. I was like, oh, ooh, ooh. Me and my brother's like, dang, they got a budget. And another thing I wanted to bring this up because you brought it up. There's no budget increase for season 2
I
apparently.
know.
Said, everybody is saying, "Oh my gosh, season 2, higher quality, higher quality." The fact that there's no budget increase?
I need to sit down with their line producers particularly because that's when I found out that there was no budget increase, I was like, "Who's your line producers? I wanna sit down, I wanna pick your brain and decide how did y'all twist this
Yeah.
way?"
Well, I think that I enjoyed season 1 and 2 kind of the same. Like, I wasn't like, my brother was like, "Is there a lot of fanfare around season 1, nostalgia?" So that kind of, like, made it and I think that's true. Like, that made me be
Yeah.
like, "Percy Jackson!" They're like, "We getting Percy Jackson." But now I'm watching a watch. Um, and Sea of Monsters is my least favorite book. It's not a bad book. It is my least favorite in the entire series. So I wasn't expecting much from the season. I wasn't expecting it to be my favorite, and I know it's not going to be. I love the twists that they brought because it makes it so much more if this is how it was in the books, I would've been like, "Ooh." You know what I mean?
I do agree. And this is coming from somebody who really liked to see a monsters book, but I really am glad with the changes that they made because, like, looking back at the Sea of Monsters book, I was like, some of this would not have worked. Or I just like, I wouldn't want a repeat of the books for the television show. I've always been like, adaptions should adapt, right? But I think this season strives so far away from the books that it's really been the one of like the tester of like, do you really like this show or was that nostalgia for
Yeah.
you really what was pushing?
I agree. I'm not the biggest action girl, so the whole, like, boat sequence with that did gag me. I know, I was like, "Alright." Like, it's ironic too because I love a lot of action movies, I just, like, don't really care for fight sequences.
Yeah.
That being said, that Half-Blood Hill fight sequence, as someone who is not a fan of that, like, I will fast forward every single time if I could. I sat down, smile on my face, like, "Ooh," like, you know what I like, it was so well done, and not only that, I feel like it showed how genuinely evil Luke is.
Luke, when I am so glad that we are one up for Luke's hater squad personally. First, you got the giants over here fighting 6-year-olds. Like you turn around, it's like 7-year-olds. Even the giants are like, yo, they're like 5. What am I supposed to do with these?
Yeah, like, they don't even know how to hit him because 'cause they're so little.
They're so little. He's like, what? And then you turn around and Luke, when somebody pointed this out, I just burst out laughing. Luke pushing his own army person out the
Bring it up.
way.
That's literally what I was gonna bring up. Like, I fully because I didn't even notice that, but I remember watching, I was like, "Hmm." But rewatching, he really slammed that boy. Like, he was like, "Get out my way. Percy is mine. Like, I'm gonna get him."
How are you gonna catch strays being on the opposite side?
You know, it's so I know, it's so crazy to me, but it's like, first of all, strike 3,000 for Alice, and I can't stand her, but
You
it's
know.
funny, the show is making me more sympathetic towards Luke than I normally
Mhm.
was, because I saw the actor initially before, the casting of Percy Jackson. I'm not the biggest fan of blonde men, especially if
You know what?
blonde men
That's
are
fair.
being villains, like, "Oh, get wrapped up." Like, I can't do it.
That's my real life. Why would I want
Yeah,
to see that?
like, literally, like, I'm terrified. I see a blonde man playing a villain. That casting for Luke was too good in the movies because I'm like, I really hate him. But, with Percy's casting and, kinda changing, I'm like, "Okay, okay, okay." Then in this show, I'm like, I wouldn't be on Luke's side just because I could see evil, but, it had me yeah, I would've been like, "Hmm, maybe he's onto something." In the book, oh,
Nah, in the book, it was ready on site. I'm still Luke's biggest hater, but you should want to question what the gods are doing. Also, Luke's book choices in particular were quite interesting in a long scale scheme of things.
mhm.
Like especially book 5. But like we've already went into this, but yeah,
Where
book
did I start?
but yeah, I do like it makes me wonder how because I feel like this is one thing that I've seen like talking to people on this podcast, both sides of like Luke should stay this like very evil figurehead, but on the other side, maybe some sympathy is good, but I think a moral ground is good for both for Luke in general. Like he was just giving you a migraine. Yes, but I do feel a sense of like your mom is kind of messed up. I do understand the path that led you to this. And
When we get
Luke
that scene,
also, if I'm not mistaken, does not know the full story of Thalia, if I'm not
yes,
right. So
that would even make him worse.
worse.
That's what I'm saying, like, I can't wait to see how they bring Luke's mom into the show, the scene
Yeah.
that we get. I promise a lot of people are gonna switch that day. People are going to switch that day, and
It's gonna be a sad day for the Luke hater
I was low-key
squad, but
defending him. Low-key, like, after Cronus done got in his head, he was trying to protect Annabeth, this, that, and the third. Percy runs away with the fleece, and then he stabs Percy in the elevator.
that
So
was crazy. That was so unnecessary. It was
he should've done that.
unnecessary.
But for me, it's like, if Cronus is in my head, this boy is like an incessant fly, and he took the fleece. I gotta get something. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I know I lost, but let me just stab you while I can because he has the fleece. It's gonna heal him. Like, just
So what makes his line going, "You don't have the fleece to heal you now," even worse when he's on the Camp Half-Blood.
I'm sorry, like, he tore. As much as I don't like Luke, he's eating. Like, he ate that up. Like, it's true.
He
Nah,
did beat
no
up
fleece gonna heal
Percy,
you
like
today. He's looking him dead in the eye. No fleece gonna heal you. Like, I don't know. Like, and I don't want to make this that conversation. If Luke was black,
we thank gods every day that they did not make that decision.
if he was black, I would be Team Luke. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
The interesting part of like Luke and Percy's dynamics, you see Luke, not to sugarcoat it, beating Percy's ass. Like it's kind of over for
Oh, he knocked the Mario coins out that boy. What? I'm talking about. Did you? I don't know if y'all seen Superman, so this might be a little the A1, A1, A1.
Yeah.
Somebody used that audio on a TikTok, and I was like, "Nah, you ate that," because he was like he's not even letting him breathe. Like, Percy was out for
I
3 days, right?
3 days. Well, he was out 3 days because of Thalia,
Yeah.
but like it probably UC still had the injuries from Luke.
But the thing is, only him and Thalia were out for those 3 days. Everybody else was shocked too, and he wasn't the closest to her either. So, like, some of it has to be accredited to Luke. What?
Yeah.
Hey, that boy,
Yeah.
and then the blood. Ooh.
I literally, you just hear me go, damn. Damn. anything else? What else? I
Like,
wasn't expecting that to happen.
yeah, no, I was very shocked. I think and I love the use and I saw a tweet that was like, "Please don't think this is weird," but I do love the use of blood in the show because it makes you know the stakes are high. Like,
Yeah.
when Polyphemus slapped Annabeth, I mean, I'm talking about one hit, face bloody. Damn, like, when I first saw that scene, I was like, "Dang," like,
I was like,
he slashed
ooh, they got her. They got her.
then Luke gonna stab Percy. Percy was like, he ate that too. He's like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, like y'all really slicing people up. Like, ooh, wait, they gonna have to remove that PG rating soon.
Oh yeah, because it was PGV this season. I was like, season 3, if they're showing blood with that, I was like, people are Control Alt Delete
It
next
has to be
season.
PG-13.
It has to be PG-13 next season, I think.
I agree.
Or I don't know, some very creative ways of showcasing death on screen.
Percy and Walker to incorporate some of Adam from the Adam Project
Mm.
in Percy, because we know Percy would be cut. Like, come on, this is
I need Percy to start dropping some
this
curse
is a
words at
skating
some
boy from
point.
New York. I need an F bomb. I need an F-bomb. This is
They're not
insane.
going to give him that until season 5.
It's okay, and when we get it in season 5 up.
It's going to make sense when the entirety of New York is asleep.
Or when they stop Annabeth and get her down.
Oh, that seeing the parallels to that when it was him like Luke about to basically kidnap her and him being like, do not touch her in that parallel edit in season 5.
Let me tell you something about the editor girls. And this is I really love editors. I've been watching editors religiously since Vine. Okay, I'm an OG. I just love to see an edit. I can't even wipe the crust out of my eye. 3,000 Percabeth edits out. Huh? Like the episode will literally drop 30 minutes later. Full edits. Full
My
edits, song
favorite
choice lined up.
my favorite thing was seeing like a screenshot. They're like, y'all, it's been 2 hours in TikTok.
Literally, like it's been 2 hours. Slow dance been edited 10,000 times. Damn, like they got y'all on retainer. Someone brought this up before, but it's like editors are the historians of our society.
Yeah.
You guys are really keeping it up, and they need to start hiring y'all for some promo because I can't tell you how much I've started TV shows and movies based off an edit.
I restarted High School Musical, the series, because of an edit I saw, and that
Is it
led me
Ricky and
to
Gina?
this. Yeah, Ricky and Gina, of course. And I was like, oh, I'm tapped back in. And then and that's how the spiral led to me in this moment right now. So that's very interesting. I was like, it's edits, which is why I think Lionsgate is doing a lot of that. They're hiring
They're
editors.
trying. Whoever's editing for the Percy account, your time is you're on a time limit. Get it together. I'm sorry, like you see how it's saved and liked over here? Yeah.
I hate when I like comment on TikToks and then they end up doing really well, and
That
it's
happens
all
to
my
me.
notifications are.
Yes.
And it's like, I was like, I am 26 years old. I am filing my own taxes, but yet why am I giggling over middle schoolers? Like, what are we doing?
No, what are we doing? The thing is, like, I don't even get embarrassed or nothing about stuff like that because that's for 4th grade me. The same way people go to Disney and they're smiling on the Cars Land trip is the same way I'm watching Percy Jackson. And not only that, they're tying in modern day. They're not making the grandma not getting too old. The actor who plays Tyson 28. So I'm
Period.
actually in the right place.
We are seated.
And then they casted, I forgot the actor's name, but the actor who plays Poseidon? They did that for the girls. Hello.
The older girls need people within this series to what the younger girls have right now. So they have to bring some people in.
Walker, and I have to say, well,
It's like, you have the son, I have the dad.
And also another parallel, I don't know if we did talk about this before. The fact that Frederick Chase is being played by the same actor who is Iris West Allen's dad.
Yeah, because we didn't have the Frederick Chase casting when we first saw. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did you know
I was getting my hair done when I got that. And they're like, are you okay? And I was like,
I screamed. So canonically, Annabeth and Iris are okay. And no, wait, give me a second. Like, I literally I looked at my phone. I went, people looking at me up at my phone. I went to the
day
bathroom.
for interracial sci-fi fantasy ships.
Like, I'm sorry. It's a great day. It's a lovely day.
What's interesting, you brought up this up, is the fact that, like, the runtime is, like we gotta get that together, personally.
Like, wrap it up. I don't know who I need to talk to. I said it there too. Like, there's it's hard for me to hide my distaste for something.
Mm,
And even in the initial, I'm talking about the season 1 announcements. I never forget Becky literally saying, "There's kids watching, so we're gonna keep them short for school days." In my head, I'm like, "This gotta be the last season y'all doing that because you can't get away with that anywhere else." Because 'Cause I'm like, "Okay, maybe." When the pacing was off in season 1, everybody knows that.
yeah, yeah.
Season 2, pacing's a lot better. Why is the finale 40 minutes?
I was like, "Y'all, the only reason why I'm not crashing out is because this is the shortest book. Titan's Curse better be 59 minutes at least."
Like,
Like
every show that has 10, and not to piggyback off of Netflix, 10 episodes, 6 episodes per season. I've never seen a 6 episode per season unless it's like Dairy Girls, that's like a comedy. That's a
yeah.
serious show like this, be less than, like, 50 minutes per episode. Like, I've never and then the thing is, like, it'd be another thing if the episode count was like an hour and 10 minutes because damn near that last 10 minutes is credits. So we
Yeah, so you have to be like, "Alright, I gotta eliminate 10 minutes," which is
literally
like, credit the people you need to credit, but now
the
there's only
episode
30 minutes of this episode.
they're actually playing in my face. Yeah, I'll have to see what they do with Titan's Curse, but one thing I'm not gonna stand because it's my favorite book, is Battle of the Labyrinth. I will I
Nah,
will
no, we need a 12
cruise
episode.
into Canada, do what I have to do. I don't even remember where the set is, I can't lie. I'm very geographically challenged. I don't remember anything. But I'll if there's a will, there's a way. You know how like, you know how crazy the Labyrinth is?
Yeah.
Imagine Battle of the Labyrinth being 8 episodes. You just did yourself a disservice.
No, no, it
I
has to
can't even act
be
like I'm enjoying it.
I'll be so mad every time.
Literally. Like,
They
come on.
gotta increase. They
Yeah.
gotta increase
I
because
mean, you're
there's a
on the
lot,
second
like
day anyways, just to increase it, right?
yeah, there's a lot of, like, the budget and it's the how am I saying this? There's a lot of scenes that they already have talked about were cut from this season, like, a couple scenes, and I'm like, "Just put them back in. Imma need y'all to leave everything you shoot in the camera, actually." So
Yeah. Like, stat. I don't know. I know sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, they didn't take that take," but I haven't heard anyone say, like, there's a scene that was deleted.
I think
So
the Aries there's the Clarissa Aries still had the conversation, but there is one in particular where he's, like, really, really rude to her, and
mhm,
I think that was confirmed to be cut out,
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. Um, but I have to double check that because
Yeah, all
sometimes I
them
just say things on here and it's completely wrong.
all them they need to add him right back in. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have the luxury of doing that no more. I can get it. Season 1, season 2, don't
Okay.
do them. Like, you know what I
Season
mean?
3, I need to feel everything.
So, I have a question for you. What
Okay.
is your favorite episode out of season 2?
Ooh, okay. It's so funny because, like, I'm doing my next episode after this is a ranking episode, and I was, like, trying to
Hmm,
think of this. I have so many conflicting thoughts of, like, what I think is my favorite, but when I go with my favorite, I think of the one that I would rewatch the most, and I feel like that would be episode 6 right now, which is but, like, I also really
what's
like
episode 6 again? I'm sorry.
episode 6 is the one where they get to the Polyphemus Island.
Okay.
Yeah. But I also really liked episode 2. So it's like I go back and forth between those 2 right now. I just haven't sat down and, like, went, "Okay, what do I like?" I think 2 and 6 are currently battling for it, but that could completely change.
Mhm.
What about
I
you?
I think 8 and 3 are battling for me. I
Interesting.
really like the boat scene. I like Percy and Annabeth's dynamic. I like we get to see a little bit of Tyson. I be forgetting that he can mimic voices. So I literally it actually does start scaring me a bit. Like I'm like, ooh, ooh, scared. I forgot you could do that. So yeah, I did like season 3 or episode 3 in terms of drama and all that. And then I'm sorry, Thalia really just, like, her introduction, seeing that scene with Zeus that confirmed, like, you and Cam are right, you guys did suspect that Zeus has I was, like, very much like, "I don't know where they're gonna go with this."
Mm,
Um, And I love the action sequence, which for me is a rarity. I don't, I just said it. I really don't like an action scene. So that's how I know they ate. You know what I mean? Like I know you did a good job. Percy's speech, just everything really, like leading up, even the last like scene where you're
Yeah.
seeing, like Annabeth reunite with Thalia, and then
That's
Thalia
yeah.
holding Annabeth like protectively and like looking at Percy, and then his last thing where he's like, a lot of people they have say demigods like have nightmares or
Yeah.
whatever, but like mine just woke up. Like I'm like, oh
That
yeah,
last shot is so cinema,
yeah,
actually, like, it's so good.
yeah. I think that I'm just such a big fan of Tamara so far.
Mhm.
I cannot wait to see Titan's Curse, mostly for her performance and then obviously Walker. Like her and Walker's performance I'm most excited for. Also really excited for Zoe Nightshade.
Me too. She was one of my favorite characters throughout the OG series, so I'm really excited to see how they portray her and how particularly they portray her and Dahlia's relationship because
Right.
that's one that's really interesting to me, especially since the events that take place and what eventually happens. I'm like being vague because I know there are people who don't know what happens, like who don't know the particular deaths, but like
Ooh, yikes. Bring them tissues out when you
just to have tissues the entirety of season 3. Like, it's just like, the people you think you love,
mm,
don't be attached. You
yeah, I
just
don't
don't be
think
attached.
I think
I will
after
say
literally you have to let go. You can't be attached after season 2.
no, 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 no. I will say really quick before we wrap up, we haven't talked about the Clarice and Chris Trader moment of it all. Because first, I would like to say the Athena cabin is up because we don't have any traders in our camp, even though everybody thought there was gonna be a trader in our camp. There was not. So shout out to us. But Apollo can't Apollo cabin can't relate.
Yikes.
His turn was like you knew it was coming if you read the books, but it was still quite like, oh,
I
that's how we're doing
And you
it.
know what? I did read the books and I didn't know it was coming. I don't know if my memory just had a I really didn't really care for Chris in the books. But
Yeah.
the actor that got to play Chris, I don't know what they were doing in season 1, but this new actor who's Chris, when I tell you he's eating boots down, this
Oh
is
no, he's doing
perfect Chris.
great.
I didn't remember Chris turning like that. Like I remember him and Clarice dating and fully having a relationship before he fully turned. Cause I remember
Yeah,
her
this is definitely a change.
yeah, because I remember her, like, kind of not crying because she, won't do that, but she was really sad being like, We have to get him. He's, like, not sane right now." Like, it very much humanized her in the books because she was, a monster.
Yeah.
Basically, antagonist, I should say. So when I had seen that, I was like, "Oh," and he really wanted to get her. Like, he really wanted to kill her, and I'm like, "Wow, he's so much more violent than I remember." I vividly remember him and Chris having or sorry, Clarice having a relationship and him, like, leaving, she was trying to get him back, not him already changed before they even like, he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you had a friend?"
That was crazy. That was crazy, but it's so interesting because I think what happens, if I'm not mistaken, is that he ends up, like, going to her in, like, Battle of the Labyrinth and being like, "Yo, I need to get out of this, like, I'm a mess right now," sort of
Yeah,
thing. It was just
yeah,
how they sort of kickstart. But yeah, that he was nasty to her in that regard,
it
and
was
I
so
just
bad.
was like, so bad. So bad, so evil. Also, what would have happened if she took him on the crest with him? I don't think Clarice would have made it back.
Oh, she definitely wouldn't have. She
Yeah.
definitely because he already turned.
He was already turned, so he would have screwed up the quest in some way. She might have ended up in the same situation that she was in.
Yeah, and I almost, I think because they haven't introduced Selena yet, it
Mm,
threw me off when Luke had mentioned that he had, like, spies in camp, right? Because now we kinda know it's Chris and those people, but in the
there's
book,
more.
it was I mean, I don't know if I can say, but there's a really big betrayal of a character who I just mentioned Selena. Um,
Yeah.
she's the big, like I remember being so gagged, oh my gosh, so gagged when I was in elementary school reading that book. I was like, "No way, like, she really did that." Um And I think that kinda lost that wow factor. I'm really intrigued to see them bring in Selena, though.
I
I
think
thought
they
Bronte
have to. Yeah, I think the introduction of Chris doing it means that, like, from this point on, any new characters at camp, if you don't know the books, you're going to be wary of. You're going to be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're still going to like them anyway. And so they could still do it. I think, especially with it either season 3 or season 4, but they have to increase it. But it all goes back to they have to increase the episode run.
They know that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I actually completely forgot that, but I remember that gagged me so much of the betrayal of Chris. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, thank
Oh,
God
wow.
for Annabeth, the Chariot, and Grover coming in to save the day because she
And then
does
Allison
have
goes shoot her
friends.
off the chariot.
You know, Allison, when we get you, the entirety of this season has been, when are we going to jump Allison? And I hope it's Thalia in season 3.
Oh. Oh, that would be so good. Ooh, that
I
would
need somebody. They're like, Allison's punch is coming, and I was like, Annabeth or Thalia needs to just get her.
and you see with
I
Allie,
can't. She's
"Don't
a
touch my
great
little sis."
character
Yeah.
that we need to get, that we need to that we need to
I think
jump
she was
first.
literally only brought on to increase violence, like the action scenes.
Which I think is good. Good. I
But
do.
we keep seeing her reading the Hunter's books. I think she's gonna become a hunter.
Her and Thalia being hunters at the same time, I
I do think it's gonna happen. She was reading it on the boat, she was reading it on the ship, like, on the later episode too. She keeps reading, and it says the Hunters, like, she's
or
reading
do
them.
the hunters kill her?
I don't think they're gonna kill her. I think that she
No,
just
they're not.
well, I don't think she's gonna change, but maybe because I can't wait to see Artemis on my screen. When Artemis comes in and she's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it makes me really interested. It makes this episode, I think the finale, I love the finale. It's definitely up there for me. Like I said, I could, next time I do the rankings, I could completely change, but I feel like it's definitely like second, third best for
Yeah,
me this season. It's really ties everything together, and it makes me so much more excited for this upcoming season.
me too.
Um, I know we have to sadly wrap it up, but before we get to that, so, any closing thoughts, your last thoughts for season 2 as we sadly depart from this era of Percy Jackson?
Hmm. Yes, I hope well, I really love Grover's performances. I kind of didn't say that, but I do
Mm.
really love like seeing Grover. I wasn't a big Grover fan in the books. In the show though, I think Arian is doing a great job. Um, and I can't wait to see more of Grover in season 3. I'm wondering how they're gonna incorporate him more because as the books increase, he kind of and where's Juniper? Anyway.
Juniper
Um,
doesn't appear until book 4, so I think if they're gonna introduce her, it has to be either next season or season 4. So she
yeah.
actually does not appear until then.
Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Because 'Cause I'm like, "Where's she at?" He deserved love too.
please.
And yeah,
He needs somebody.
I'm excited for our matching gray streaks, that's all.
The matching gray streaks that they're gonna keep on lock until the episode is released. I'm really
Uh,
interested to see how they incorporate that with both of them, and Luke also gets them as well. Good for him, I guess. Um, but yeah, with that, we sadly have to depart. But where can the people find you if they want to learn more and they want to follow you in any regard?
yeah. You can follow me on most any social media, Kimmy Books, with 2 S's. I have a lot of season 3 behind the scenes, so when season 3 comes out, I can finally post my whole thing of going to Camp Half-Blood. And outside of that, I talk about romance and literature as a whole, and yeah.
Hi, me again. So, that's it for this episode. This one's more of a quick one, but we're going to have so much fun going into more rankings and the season finale of the After Show season 1, which is crazy to think about that we're now closing this chapter of the After Show. Appreciate you all so much, and I'll probably go into more of a cheesy montage in the finale episode where it'll just be me solo reflecting on everything. But yeah, let's just get into the credits of it all. If you guys like me and want to interact with me more or see more of my content, you can follow me here. If you are watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to Melanated Wise Girl. I don't just do Percy Jackson on there. I will also be doing other various media analysis and platforms as we wait for the Titan's Curse at the end of the year. You could also follow me on X/Twitter, which is Melon Wise Girl, or Melanated Wise Girl on other platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. If you like this podcast, you can rate this podcast if you like 5 stars or whatever your heart desires. And lastly, you can subscribe to the podcast if you want to keep up to date with what we do next, especially as we go into, the final 2 episodes. It feels so weird to say, right? That we're almost here. But yeah, thank you so much for watching or listening. I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.